What is going on, guys? It has been forever since I uploaded a Wi-Fi battle. Good lordy wody. But my computer just could not handle rendering Wi-Fi battles whatsoever. It would shut off every time I tried. But now that I'm back, let me tell you what I did. I figured out a way to keep my computer on. I had to open it up and physically take a fan and point it at the CPU in an effort to keep it cool. And it seems to be working because I was able to render a couple of videos the other day. So hopefully it works while I try to render this video. But that is the reason I haven't been uploading Wi-Fi battles, is just because I was incapable of doing so at my own house. And at my house is where I have my Wi-Fi battle. So, it's stupid. Fuck the world! Anyways, today we have a battle against Rico. I met him on the Smog Wi-Fi Battle Finder. I'm using a team with a Shedinja on it. This team is made in an effort to support Shedinja. Basically, I have the Doug Trio to get rid of Tyranitar, stuff like that. I have the Gothitail to get rid of, Skarmories, just anything that would possibly be a problem for Shedinja. Basically, I just have a bunch of Pokemon to just, I have the Ninetales to get rid of Sand. I have the Venusaur to put something to sleep. It's just all around good. It's all around good. It's synergetic, if that's even the word. I don't give a fuck. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and lead off with my Ninetales. He's gonna go ahead and lead off with a Latias, shiny, golden, blistering sunlight everywhere. Ugh. And I'm gonna go for the Will-O-Wisp as he goes for the Light Screen. Now I'm thinking that because he has Light Screen, he's not gonna carry the HP Fire, because Latias is like that, usually only have Dragon Pulse as their only attacking move. So I'm going to go out to my Shedinja right now, nigga! And he actually switches out and sends out his Porygon too. Now, this is pretty bad for me. Well, I'm thinking at this point in the battle that this is bad for me because Porygon 2 usually carries Thunder Wave or Toxic. So I'm actually going to go out to my Nutcase expecting him to go for one of those moves. But he actually switches out to his Chansey, which kind of confused me because I was pretty sure that if he had Thunder Wave or Toxic, he would have definitely used it on that turn. But he switches out to his Chansey. So, I mean, I wasn't really sure what he was doing at that point in the battle. But you guys will see later. So he sends out his Chansey, goes for the Stealth Rocks. I go for the Volt Switch just to switch out, send out my Gothitail, and somehow cripple this Chansey by tricking it a Choice Scarf and taking away his Eviolite. He's going to go for the Toxic. It's not really a big deal because now that I know he's locked into Toxic, I'm going to be able to send out my Nutcase once again and go for the Rabbit Spin just to get those rocks out of there because I do have the Shedinja and I cannot have rocks on the field, as you guys should know. So I'm actually going to go for the Rabbit Spin, even though I know for a fact he's going to bring in his Magnezone. But I wasn't really worried about it because I knew I would live by using Sturdy if he did have the HP Fire. Because after 2 turns of leftovers, after switching into the Stealth Rocks, I'm going to gain all my HP back. It's wonderful, nutritious, delicious HP. So, yeah, my first priority was definitely to go for the Rabbit Spin. But it looks like he doesn't have the HP Fire because he goes for the Volt Switch. And I'm pretty sure that if he had HP Fire, he definitely, without a doubt, would have used it right there. But he doesn't, so I'm assuming that he does not have the HP Fire either. So I'm actually going to go for the Volt Switch as he sends out his Latias, and I'm going to go back out to these niggas won't hold me back. These hoes want to hold me back. Anyway, so I go straight for the X-Scissor as he does switch out to his Chansey. So that pretty much confirms for me that he does not have the HP Fire on his Latias. Now he brings out his Chansey. I did not want to take a Toxic, so I'm actually going to switch out to my Doug Trio just to trap that thing if he does want to go for the Toxic. It didn't really matter to me. I just wanted to get this thing out of the way. I actually thought he might want to go for the Stealth Rocks again. But he actually goes for the Wish, which was actually the last move I expected him to go for. But because he went for the Wish, I could have stalled him out by using Substitute and just forcing him to use Wish over and over again. Because, he was trapped and locked in the Wish. But I did not want to, I don't know, it just would have wasted too much time. So I didn't want to do that. Anyways, he goes out to his Magnezone as I go out to my Won't Hold Me Back. I switched out just in case he did somehow carry the HP Fire. I just didn't want to deal with that just in case he did. So, I mean, I switched out to my Mozilla just to be safe. I'm making very safe plays here because I don't want my Shedinja to die. But here I'm just going to keep going for Flamethrower. I do get the burn somehow. He's going to go for the Toxic. I don't care about the Toxic. What are you doing? So, he goes for the Toxic. I burned his Ambulancey. That's not fucking funny. Stop it. You're corny, bro. I'm kidding. You're not corny. Anyways, since he's locked in the Toxic, I'm going to go out to my Venusaur, and I just dropped my phone on the floor. Awesome. So yeah, after the burn and the Stealth Rock damage, I was not sure if this was going to kill, but I don't even have to worry about that because I get a critical hit. I'm not really sure if that mattered. I really don't know. I am modest, so somebody can calc that. I really don't know. I don't even know his EV spread, so. But here I'm going to go for the Sleep Powder, and I fucking miss, and he gets off a lot of damage with the Ice Beam. Now I go for the Sleep Powder again. Now what I should have done was switch out to my Ninetales here and go for the roar just in case he stayed asleep, so I could keep him asleep by making him switch out. But he actually doesn't take that much from the Giga Drain, and then he wakes up next turn. So that was pretty bad on my part. I could have burned that thing and got you know, some residual damage every turn, and maybe just if he stayed asleep for one more turn, I could have roared him out and forced him to stay asleep. But I made the bad move. I'm gonna blame that on the ice beam, on the first sleep powder missing, because if I hit the first sleep powder, I probably wouldn't have stayed in. But that's not really justification. That's just it was just a bad play on my part. I shouldn't have done that. Either way, I'm gonna go out to my Mozilla now. I'm probably gonna speed up some of the stuff happening later on. But here I knew he'd go for the Thunderbolt, so I'm gonna switch into my Dugtrio. And here I assumed he was going to go for the Ice Beam, so I switched back to my Mozilla, but he actually uses Recover, gains all kinds of HP back, but it's not even a problem. Right now I just need to get this thing off the field. It's very bulky, it's not really taking that much damage every turn, so what I'm going to do is roar this thing out as he goes for the Ice Beam, predicting my Dugtrio to come back in, most likely. Mind games, people, mind games. So yeah, I roar him out, and he brings out his Conch Elder, which is not that bad. I mean, I don't really care about my... you know, about my Ninetales at this point in the battle. He's actually going to go for the Mach Punch, and it does quite a bit because he has a Life Orb. I'm going to go for the Flamethrower, and that does quite a bit because pure power, pure firepower in the sun. Ugh. Anyways, so I do a pretty big chunk to that Conch Elder, and now I'm going to switch out because I assumed that he'd go for a fighting move again, and yeah, he goes for the Drain Punch. So here, he switches out, so that pretty much confirms that he does not have payback, and now I'm going to go for the Swords Dance. I think he was trying to scare me out here. Because you guys are going to see he actually switches right out, and yeah, either way I was going to go for the X Scissor just because I have a Focus Sash, so if he did go for the HP Fire I would live, but he actually switches right out, so that probably means that he can't hit me. Here we go, he brings in his Porygon 2. I was scared of this thing. I thought it would have Toxic, but you guys are going to see he does not have Toxic. He goes straight for the Recover. I thought he might be playing mind games here. I thought he might be predicting me to go for the Protect so that he could go for the Toxic next turn. So I actually switched out to my Mozilla here, expecting him to go for the Toxic, but he goes for the Protect. So we've seen his entire moveset. He has Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Protect, and Recover. And therefore, that confirms for me that he does not have any moves to hit me with on his entire team left. So I'm going to be able to bring out my Shedinja, Swords Dance all the way up to +6, and sweep this man like a janitor. Ugh, dirty floor. Ugh. So because he had no moves to hit me with, he's actually going to run. That was him running. I actually won this battle 5-0 because he ran. Even if he didn't run, I would have swept his entire team with Shedinja. So that was a good game, Rico. I don't know. I had to think a lot during that battle because I did not want my Shedinja to die. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this video renders. As I'm speaking, the video is being recorded, so I don't know if it rendered or not yet. But yeah, bye now. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to like this video, leave a comment. I always read all my comments. But yeah, see you guys later. Bye.